The power of daily habits, a game-changing quote. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This powerful quote, often attributed to Aristotle, encapsulates the essence of personal growth and success. Think about it for a moment. What do you do every single day? Those actions, repeated over time, shape who you are and who you'll become. It's not the big, dramatic gestures that define us. It's the small, consistent actions we take day in and day out. These habits, whether good or bad, accumulate over time to create our reality. They're the building blocks of our future selves. When we commit to excellence in our daily habits, we're essentially committing to excellence in our lives. So as we dive deeper into this topic, I want you to keep this quote in mind. Let it be your guiding light as we explore the transformative power of daily habits. Are you ready to embrace the habit of excellence? Consistency is the unsung hero of success. It's not as flashy as talent or as exciting as sudden breakthroughs, but it's the steady force that turns dreams into reality. Think of it as the secret sauce that flavors every achievement. Without consistency, even the most brilliant ideas and ambitious goals remain just that, ideas and goals. Consistent actions create consistent results. When you show up every day, putting in the work, you're building momentum. This momentum becomes a powerful force that propels you forward, even on days when motivation is low. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. The more you roll, the bigger it gets and the faster it moves. Consistency also builds trust, both in yourself and in others. When you consistently follow through on your commitments, you prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving your goals. This self-trust is invaluable. It's about doing ordinary things consistently well. So, are you ready to harness the power of consistency and unlock your full potential? Let's bring these concepts to life with some real-world examples. Take Jerry Seinfeld, one of the most successful comedians of all time. His secret? A simple habit he calls "don't break the chain." Every day, Seinfeld would write jokes and then mark that day on a calendar with a big red X. His goal was to never break the chain of X's. This simple habit of daily writing helped him hone his craft and become a comedy legend. Or consider Oprah Winfrey, who credits much of her success to her daily habit of gratitude. Every day, she writes down 5 things she's grateful for. This practice, she says, has shifted her perspective and brought more positivity and success into her life. It's not about waiting for inspiration to strike, but about showing up consistently and doing the work. These stories aren't about superhuman feats. They're about ordinary people who've achieved extraordinary things through the power of daily habits. I remember the exact moment when the power of daily habits truly clicked for me. It was a crisp autumn morning, and I was on my usual run, a habit I'd been struggling to maintain. As I huffed and puffed my way up a steep hill, feeling every bit of the effort, something shifted in my mind. I realized that this run, as difficult as it was making me stronger. Not just physically, but mentally too. In that moment, I understood that it wasn't about this single run. It was about showing up every day, regardless of how I felt. Each run was a brick in the foundation of a healthier, more disciplined me. This realization was like a bolt of lightning. Suddenly, I saw how this principle applied to every area of my life. My work, my relationships, my personal growth, they could all be transformed through the power of daily habits. It wasn't about making drastic changes overnight. It was about making small, consistent choices every single day. Section 5. Overcoming the habit hurdle, challenges and solutions. Let's face it, forming new habits isn't always a walk in the park. It's more like a hurdle race, with obstacles popping up just when you think you've hit your stride. One of the biggest challenges is simply getting started. We often set lofty goals and try to change everything at once, which can feel overwhelming. The key is to start small. Don't try to run a marathon on day 1. Start with a 5-minute jog around the block. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. Maybe you're too tired, too busy, or just not in the mood. This is where the real test begins. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Just get back on track the next day. Section 6. Building your daily routine. Practical steps. Now that we've talked about the why, let's dive into the how. Building a solid daily routine is like constructing a house. You need a good foundation and a clear blueprint. Start by identifying your core values and long-term goals. Your daily habits should align with these bigger picture aspirations. Choose one or two key habits to focus on initially. Maybe you want to start a daily writing practice or incorporate meditation. Remember, we're aiming for consistency, not perfection. For many, the morning is an ideal time before the day's demands start piling up. Make it easy to do the right thing and hard to do the wrong thing. Section 7. The ripple effect. How small changes lead to big results. One of the most exciting aspects of daily habits is the ripple effect they create in your life. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. The initial splash might be small, but the ripples spread far and wide. This is how small, consistent actions can lead to massive transformations over time. Let's say you start a habit of reading for 30 minutes every day. At first, it might just seem like a nice way to unwind before bed. But over time, you're not just reading more books, you're expanding your knowledge, improving your vocabulary, and enhancing your critical thinking skills. These benefits spill over into other areas of your life, your work, your relationships, your creativity. The key to harnessing this ripple effect is to focus on keystone habits, habits that have a positive domino effect on other areas of your life. So, what small habit could you start today that might create positive ripples throughout your life? Section 8. Staying on track. Motivation and accountability. Even with the best intentions, staying motivated and accountable can be challenging. But don't worry, there are strategies you can use to keep yourself on track. First, remember why you started. Connect your daily habits to your bigger goals and values. When you're tempted to skip a day, remind yourself of the person you're becoming through these actions. Visual cues can be powerful motivators. Try using a habit tracker, a simple calendar where you mark off each day you complete your habit. Seeing that chain of check marks grow can be incredibly satisfying and motivating. Accountability partners can also be game changers. Knowing someone else is counting on you can provide that extra push on days when your motivation is lagging. Section 9. Sharing is caring. Spread the habit revolution. Now that you're on this journey of transformation through daily habits, why keep it to yourself? Sharing your experience can be incredibly powerful, both for you and for others. When you talk about your habits and goals, you're not just spreading knowledge, you're creating a supportive community and reinforcing your own commitment. Start by sharing your journey with friends and family. Tell them about the habits you're working on and why they're important to you. You might be surprised at how interested and supportive they are. Social media can be a great platform for sharing your progress and connecting with like-minded individuals. Consider posting about your daily habits, the challenges you face, and the victories you achieve. Use relevant hashtags to reach a wider audience. Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs to start their own transformative journey. Section 10, your turn. Start your transformation today. We've covered a lot of ground, from the power of daily habits to practical strategies for building and maintaining them. Now it's time for action. Your transformation starts today with the very next decision you make. Start small, but start now. Reflect on what you've learned. What area of your life do you want to improve? What small daily habit could help you move in that direction? Choose one habit to focus on initially. Make a concrete plan. When and where will you perform this habit? What might get in your way, and how can you overcome these obstacles? Write it down, set reminders, and prepare your environment. Remember, the goal is consistency, not perfection. If you miss a day, don't worry. Just get back on track the next day.